Hey, this is Craig, the Natural Medic. I'm at Bryce Canyon National Park today, outside of Panguitch, Utah, southwest Utah. Gonna do the Bristlecone Loop Trail. I'm all the way at the end of the scenic drive at the Rainbow Point. Let's take a look at the trailhead sign. You're gonna go start at 9,120 feet. Gonna go down a little bit, then back up. 1 mile loop. On the trail, see some ancient bristlecone pines. If you'd like to see that, please follow along with me. We're at the far end of the park. Just an example of some of the hoodoos. You can see how far it goes. All over there. Beautiful. It's a neat idea. Here in Bryce Canyon, they have benchmarks that are in some signs. I'm assuming, because this one is, right here. You have to find 3 benchmarks or hike 3 miles on trails that have benchmarks. See map, in-park newspaper, or junior ranger booklet. You can take a picture of yourself with them or make a rubbing, and you can turn it in for a reward. Pretty cool. Now looking behind us here, some really cool typical Bryce Canyon looking stuff. Even though technically Bryce Canyon is not a canyon. Kind of misnamed, but it's fitting. You have all these really cool looking hoodoos everywhere, which are just kind of these weird rock formations where the weathering and erosion has exposed them. They look like little fingers sticking up. Unsure how far that is out there, if you can even see that, but there is a mountain straight out that way. That might be either in Arizona or right on the border. So we're not too far from Arizona right now. Just a little bit uphill from where we saw the cut bank hoodoos over there by the gazebo. We're looking at a bristlecone pine. This is what they look like. This is a replica cone made out of metal, but it's a sharp claw-like bristle, which is what gets its name. They're an interesting species because they adapt to the growing conditions. That's why they've been able to survive such a long time. They can survive dry soil, cold temperatures, high winds, because they grow up high. The ones here in Bryce Canyon are subject to erosion, so they don't last as long. They're estimated to be about 1,600 years old. The oldest ones are going to be found in Nevada in the Great Basin National Park, and they're about 5,000 years old. Pretty cool. Look at this beautiful scenery over here to the right. Now, one of the things to think about in a high alpine environment like this is the health of the trees. You have trees that are like this brown one on the sign that have had a parasitic infestation, and then you have the more witch's broom type, which has a cluster. Then of course the healthy one has branches growing almost all the way to the ground. If you look out here in the forest, you can probably spot the healthy ones versus the unhealthy ones. What they've been doing here at the park is they've been trying to do some thinning, because a dense forest is an unhealthy forest. A healthy forest is more open, so the trees are not overcrowded and stressed. So you're definitely hiking through a pretty lush forest here. Douglas fir, bristlecone, limber pine, spruce, fir, because you're at the highest elevations in Bryce Canyon National Park at this point. You're definitely hiking through a nice lush one, and I think during summertime even this would be a good one to do because you're at high elevation and you have a lot of shade. Now this is the way I went before, or came from, Rainbow Point. This is how I started the loop, going counterclockwise. You can also join up with the Under the Rim Trail over there, and if you want to go to Yovimpa Point, it's that way. So That's pretty much the end of the Bristlecone Loop. It's a nice short trail. You are at high elevation, so you might lose your breath a little bit going up it. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Think about subscribing to the channel for more great content. What questions do you have for me about Bryce Canyon or about this trail? Let me know below. See ya.